Welcome back, everybody, to the second part of my live demo for the day. Give us some time here. For those finding this is my third attempt here. I've been doing pretty good. Not many gremlins these last videos, but today they're attacking in force, so do my best to finish the service for those who asked for a reading. Yeah, a lot of gremlins coming in. So anyone here who's shown up before, just let me know you're back here and I'll give you a reading. And to all the people watching this video in the future, I'll give some quick intuitive messages until some people show up. Just believe in your own power and your own magic, and you will oftentimes be proven that that's correct. Once you believe that you are strong enough and beautiful enough and wealthy enough, the universe generally matches that frequency back to you. Thank you, Gloria. Yeah, the tech issues are coming in strong today. I've been doing really well. Very grateful for not having any issues my last few videos, but they're coming in now. No, it's not your fault. The tech was having problems from the beginning of the day, so it's not on you. Tech problems happen frequently, but not so much the last few videos, so they come in waves. Do you have another question? I can do that for you while some other people show back up. And if you were here before, I still have the list of those who were up next, if any of them show back up. Well, feel free to ask one. You can choose 1 through 7 for which decks, and I can do that for you. Gloria, I appreciate you coming back. Okay, will you lose your job? Okay, you can tell me when to stop, so I get you unique energies here in deck number 3. Or I'll stop when the ancestors compel me to. Any of the 5 people who were here before, if they show back up, I'll give them readings. You've been ill? Okay. So, I don't see you losing your job, but you probably will lose status amongst your coworkers. You will kind of lose that forward momentum that you had before you were ill. You still will have the job, and you will still be part of that corporate structure, still be part of the administration and that energy. They will probably just find a new way for you because they don't see you as somebody continue to move. They don't see you as a force of momentum anymore. But just continue with your temperance is, find a way to supplement your job with some monetization of art or music, and find a balance between what you do professionally and what you do personally. Both can be monetized and both are beautiful. So just trust in your wings and your flow. Balance between is, so do what you can. If you can continue working and put that energy there, then, but try to prioritize some energies of creation, uh, of passionate work, as well as the work you have been doing. So I don't see you losing the job as much as losing momentum in the job, losing that movement, the upward movement you had previously is probably stopped. But they still value what you do, and they know that no one else can do it the same way you do. But this is an opportunity for you to find new monetization platforms based on your passions. So I hope that answers for you. Yeah, you can use this time to find an exit strategy, find something else that you enjoy, and if that stressfulness you like, then you can continue it. It's your choice. So just know that whatever you choose, there will be a balance, a temperance, a movement of flow that some people will perceive outwardly as a negative thing, where you know that it is really a heart-centered, cosmic sense of angelic beauty that you have. The world needs more professional angels. That makes sense. Thank you. Yes, I do work. I sell jewelry online. I do this semi professionally, doing sessions. I do $30 for 30 minutes, but I also just got hired on at a nighttime job, doing stocking for a wine and spirits distributor. So I like working at night. So some extra income. I just recently moved to a different area, so allows me to have more stability. And I'll pull three more for you with your job. Just some energy here. So the hard work that you put into that job, the networks and the connections you've made with that job will be with you for the rest of your life. The skills and the mentality and those positive working aspects you learn from this job will be with you for the rest of your life. Just continue to use that passionate forward movement and master your thoughts and make it happen. Make your dreams and goals happen when you feel it, and just follow that passion you have and use all the skills you've learned throughout your life. Oh, Mr. 2015, no. You're on the list. You're the top of the list, so you can choose 1 through 7. Those are the different decks I'm using. And if you have a question in particular or would like an energy forecast. Yeah, deck number 3 gets a lot of choices. It's probably one of the more powerful ones I have. The ancestors like to use it a lot to come through with very specialized messages. So, Mr. 2015, if you got a question or just would like an energy reading, you can choose one of the 7 decks. They're listed in the description box. With more information on my services and how to schedule a reading. And a message from me from the cards. Oh, yes, I do. I am a medium. I do medium readings as well as intuitive medium sessions as well. Yes, Tamara, I will add you on. Mel Capricorn. So am I. As Mel Capricorns, we know what we want, but we don't know always how to get it. So you can choose 1 through 7, so I know which deck to use, and I'll start shuffling for you. Okay, deck 5. And if you all would like to stay after your questions, some of the messages for other questions might apply for you. And Fonda Donuts, I'm adding you to the list right now. And then I will start shuffling for you, Mr. 2015. Seems I always have the technical difficulties when I'm starting to get a good flow. But I can usually find that flow again. So you can tell me when to stop, or we can have the angels tell me when. Your choice. Okay. Okay, and I'll say the question out loud. If there's any women out there that is interested in, that you know or will come across in the past month or so, or have came across in the past month or so, you are a male Capricorn looking for any romantic female interest in the last month or so. So for specific female, probably some form of healthcare worker or like a dental aide or somebody who is like a caregiver of some kind or a writer. Either that could be like a novelist, interviewer, a reporter, somebody who knows the value of their words and knows the value of others' words. Someone who's a scholar but a healer, an educator but a feeler, and they have a very positive attitude. When you met them, you probably felt their attitude, their energy, their passion. But they were pretty defensive. They had like a shell or a defense mechanism that prevented you from really seeing their true intent. They probably like you very much, but they have a lot of defense mechanisms. So this Oftentimes, their defense is probably so good you didn't notice them. But I see them reappearing when. So good karma. So you probably will see them at some park or nature place or some religious institution if you go to those. So know that by doing it to others and by being good to yourself, you will attract this female back into your life. So you probably met her either through transit or over the internet, and it might have just been passing. You might have noticed their energy, their passion, their treasure, their their beautiful energies of writing stuff down, of knowing knowledge, but they're very defensive when it comes to showing their true feelings. So they will come back around though. The angels say just with patience and love for yourself, you will attract that energy that matches how you love yourself. So I hope that answers for you. Yeah, you'll probably see them again through the internet. Thank you. Marlon's feeling towards you currently. You want a relationship with him where you are in a. Okay, you can choose one of the 7 decks. There's information of them in the description, or you can just use your intuition. And then I'll start shuffling the question for you. But I do feel that his feelings towards you are blossoming, but they're kind of a little undercover right now. I'll give you more information if you can choose one of the 7 decks. So each one is different messages and different frequencies. But probably the summertime is when a lot of relationships like to blossom. Well, let's go number 1, water messages. Oh, number 3. Good choice. Ancestor messages. Okay, so you can either tell me when to stop, or we can have the ancestors tell me when to stop. Well, I'll do both for you. I'll pull from both decks. Okay, ancestors. Okay. Okay, so I pull 2 for both decks. Wow. Double angels. So he definitely wants to be with you. Totally. And your signs will align. Just don't fall for any outside deceptions or any ideas of not being good enough, or that you have to hide yourself and cloak yourself from the truth. Be honest with your feelings, and oftentimes they will reciprocate. And allow your temperance, allow your flow of energies to come forth, to know the balance of time to spend with him and time to spend with yourself, to continue your relationship with yourself, but be open to have a relationship with others. You can do both. You can have that balance, that temperance, to know, hey, I need to do this for me, and hey, I should probably do this for them, and not always doing just one, and find the balance between them. So he does care about you, and he very much wants to have a loving lover's relationship with you. So continue to work with the angels and the higher sources. So yeah, work on doing things. Love yourself. Be your own lover, and as well as be someone else's. Keep that temperance, because when you neglect yourself, the other people will see a dying flower and they won't want to be part of that. But when you water yourself and you water someone else, it allows both things to rise and both things to prosper. And your water message is honesty. Just say how you feel, be honest with your feelings, and it will just bring more light, and it will continue to reflect your power and your beautiful energy out through this world. And just be open to the new opportunities coming in and feel the resonance. See how it is to be with this, visualize it in your mind, feel it in your heart, and then allow it to resonate, allow that energy to percolate, to bubble over, and it will attract more people. It will attract that frequency of the one you love to you. So just balance yourself, love yourself, and just tell them how you feel. Because the worst thing that could happen is they say, well, I don't feel that way. Well, then you continue the way you have, or a new relationship, a new dynamic will come. Just be honest with your feelings, and most oftentimes people reciprocate when it comes to pure honesty. So much love to you. Find the donuts if you're still here. I can do your question. And if anyone here would like to know when I will do my next video, or to be notified with any of the other lives I make, feel free to subscribe, and you can also look through the backlog of information I have here. Yeah, I have it does not let me see anything about the chat. So I just got to guess. But the good thing is I plan to do them every day. So if somebody misses out one day, hopefully they show up one of the next future days. So, and there's always contact information. If they really want a reading very badly, they can always contact me to get one. She does not, and doesn't have any interest in it, but she likes getting them. So that's the cool part. Rena, yes, you can choose 1 through 7. Are the different decks I'm using? If you have a question in particular, or would like an energy forecast, you can let me know that in the chat. Yes, you can choose 1 through 7. The more information on the decks are in the description of this video. So here's a tip of advice that someone told me, and it really helped me a lot with both tarot, oracle cards, dice. I use runes as well. Is two lessons that really helped me. One is your intuition is always right, even if it goes against what the books say. Like, all of the books of what the cards mean is really not correct. Trust your intuition, what your intuitive sense tell you. That's more correct. Study, learn, that's totally fine and it does help. But just know your intuition is the end, is the most pure information. And secondly, with tarot, is picture each as a scene from a movie, just paused. So, what is happening in this scene? What emotions are being transmitted? What frequencies, what energies are being shown in this one particular image? The sun is shining. This plant is growing. The water is flowing. Her wings, feathers are moving. So, just the small kind of movement in the card that you don't see. Imagine if it just is a full like 5D image instead of just a 2D image. Those are two tips that really helped me a lot. So Rena, if you are still here, but no need to struggle. I like snuggling better than struggling. And just play with the cards. It's just fine. I've noticed that most people remember things better when they enjoy doing it. Okay, general energy reading. Okay. So you can either tell me when to stop or I'll stop when the ancestors compel me. Okay, general health reading. Okay, you can tell me when to stop or the ancestors will. Your choice. With health, it's not always, but most often our health issues are usually based on our mental thoughts. And if we think poisonous thoughts, oftentimes our body is affected by them. But I'll give you more information here. Wow. So right now in your life, you feel like a sense of death, like a sense of fatigue, a sense of unwilling change, unwilling pressure, a lot of like negative energies happening in your life. You feel like this is affecting your love with your lovers. This is affecting your health, and this sense of death and decay is kind of flowing through your whole life, and is preventing you from having that full flow of energies that you love, that you have passionate. And so your health is being affected by this sense of death, and oftentimes death is, we perceive it as a negative thing. Something has to die. Well, that means it's no longer here. But nothing ever really dies. Everything has echoes. Everything has legacy. Every seed will always produce at least one other seed. Even if it never grows to a plant, it becomes fertilizer to help the next seed. So I'm going to pull a little bit more because that was all in reverse. So the best thing you could do for your health energetically and to stop this sense of death, this sense of decay, sense of fatigue that's happening in your life, affecting relationships, affecting your well-being, is to just take time and take inventory of all the positive things happening in your life right now. To say, well, I have this and most people don't. I can see, and then there's people out there who can't. I can hear, but others can't. So just write a list of the positive things, the energetic things you have in your life right now, and just write down the good things on a piece of paper, and then also write down the negative things, the things that are the fatigue, and then find a way to apply the good. You're happy that you can think and have an internet connection, where others don't have mental thought and don't have an internet connection. And when you feel the fatigue, you can say, well, I have this and it will help me move past that. So know that this sense of fatigue, sense of decay happening in your life is just a matter of perspective. And when you shift the perspective to gratitude, to the things you have, allow you to better heal those things, to find new ways of healing, new ways of medicinal, mind medicine. So I hope that helps you. Oh, NC, thank you. You're not too late. Anu. Anua. Hope I said that right. What what information do you need to know right now? Okay, you can choose one of the 7 decks. They're listed in the description, or you can just go with your intuition. Thank you, Rena. Continue to care and love yourself, and miracles of health generally happen. Even if no one believes in miracles, they're still documented. Okay, you can tell me when to stop, or I'll stop when the ancestors tell me. And your question is, what do you need to know most at this moment now? Okay. So, what you need to know first and foremost is what you are passionate, what you love doing, and what makes you happy and excited is worth doing. You are skilled enough and good enough to make it happen. No matter what anyone says, no matter what even you say to yourself, you have the magic and power to create a passionate and loving life for yourself. Just know that there's more out there in this world than where you are. The small geographic area that you are is just a fraction of this massive universe we live in. So take some time to travel, to research different places you want to travel to if you can't travel, and just allow your mind to expand globally and then cosmically, because what you want and what you will do is so profound and beautiful. It will affect this whole planet in time. So just begin to explore this whole world and be open to new opportunities. And the last thing is to not let the physical earthly desires hold you down. Don't let lust and cravings of any kind take control over you, because oftentimes they become our master. They they enslave us. These thoughts that and emotions and desires, they enslave us. We don't have power to say no. We just do it and do it and do it. So just know that at any time you can take those chains off and you can go to your passion. You are stronger than any desire. You're stronger than any habit, any routine, any negative things that keep happening. You have the power to create your reality, and do not allow those patterns and processes you've had before monopolize your thoughts and take over your body. You are in control, and the universe and the ancestors love you very much. They will protect you all the way through. But oftentimes, the only person who's attacking you is yourself. And that's the one thing that you can't be protected from. So I hope that answers to you. Continue your passions and your energies, and they will take you to where you need to be. Just be open to challenge your desires and your routines from the past. Thank you. Okay, up next, I have a list of people who have asked for readings. And if you're not on the list, you can ask and I'll add you on. If you would like to subscribe to see when I will do the next live, I plan to do them close to every day. So much gratitude to you all. Hello, you're still on the top of the list. You can choose 1 through 7 and I'll start that for you. Do you have a question in particular or would like an energy reading? And I hope you found the donuts, by the way. Hello. Yes, I'll add you on. Deck 7. Okay. Wondering if A is the one or should you move on? Well, you chose the correct deck. This is the one that will best answer that question for you. That's great. Hopefully it starts working every day. So you can tell me when to stop, or we can have the spirits of life and death tell me when to stop. Your choice. Okay. Wondering if you should move on, or is A the one? So first thing is it might be out of balance. Your relationship with them is one person is putting more energy than the other. One person is contributing more than the other. But this is not always a negative thing. It is just something that is oftentimes not discussed. Because usually when a relationship is started, Most people don't have the conversation say, hey, this is how much I'm willing to give. This is how much I'm expecting to receive. That's not a really good romantic conversation most of the times. But you both are powerful people. And your own magic, your own sense of divination, of intuition is key. If you believe that this is the right connection, and you believe that they or yourself is a powerful ruler, a master creator who knows exactly when to act and when to rest, when to plant and when to harvest. If you believe and you trust your intuition that you are that energy and you can give that energy, you can take that imbalance and begin to redistribute it. And oftentimes, the best way to do that is to just speak. Speak what you feel to the other person. And if they react negatively, then it's proof that that's not the right connection. But if they're open to change, if they're open to redistribute the wealth, then you know that they are meant to be with you. So just speak your truth and say that out loud into the energies. And if they speak what you have to say to them, if they get angry and they lash out, then you know it's wrong. But if they're open to receiving what you have to say, then you know that you can rebuild the relationship. Hope that answers for you. Hello, Red Moon. You're moved up on the list. You're up next if you would like. After Marvra, if I said that correct. So if you're getting ghosted, know that you are a powerful, intuitive person. Find the things that make you happy and bring joy to you. And the more happy you become, I bet they will contact you the moment that they see you enjoying life. They will come back to you. Just you can hold that space in your heart for them, but continue to love yourself and do more things for yourself. So, Mara, if I said that correctly, you would like a love reading. You can choose 1 through 7. If you are still here. Or Red Moon, you can choose 1 through 7, and I can do a question or energy forecast for you. Thank you, Find the Donuts. I'll do a few more here. Okay, how does K see you? Oh, yes, I channel extraterrestrials. Yeah, Palladian, a lot of different groups. Okay, you can choose 1 through 7, Red Moon, and I will ask that question for you. And Rena, yeah, Palladians I work with, Arcturians, Yapiel, basically any group that believes in conscious co-creation with other entities. I work with, and it's usually individuals within that group. Okay, you can tell me when to stop so I can get your unique energies, or I can have the angels tell me. On this channel, this YouTube page, Rena, I have some extraterrestrial channeling videos here. There is a list. I can add you on. There's a lot of soul energies from the Pleiades. I think probably all souls have been somewhere there. That's the thing about star seeds. We're probably a lot from a lot more places than just one. Okay. Okay, how Kevin sees you and why do they want to marry you so quickly? So, one is your attitude, is how you are as a person is super attractive to them. It's something that they just want to be around and be like. And it is also you possess some of the people on the list were from a previous video that had technical difficulty, so if they show up, they then it will be on reverse. So Red Moon is how you write, how you conduct yourself, and how you treasure your own energies that they want to be part of and want to marry into to have some of that treasure. And it stems from them not feeling special, a lack of specialness, a lack of loving themselves and knowing who they are, that they want what you have and they want to be part of what you have instead of complementing what you have. Most relationships is about shared resource, but shared betterment, shared growth. But sometimes in some relationships, it's about taking from another and taking their resources and not adding to that because they don't think they're special enough. They don't think they're good enough to achieve what the other person has. And so instead of two like-minded people sharing the same concepts, one person believes something very much and another person is having a difficult time feeling those sensations for themselves, so they try to take that from you. So it could be a positive relationship, but if you feel like it's an uneven exchange, call it out. And you can tell a lot by someone if how they respond to being called out. If they react negatively and lash out on you, then they're not being sincere. But if they're pensive and they say, "Hey, well, I am in the wrong. Thank you for pointing that out to me," then they're probably someone who is worth spending that relationship time with. So, Mara or Sergio, you guys will be up next. If you have a question in particular or would like an energy reading, you can choose 1 through 7, and more information of the decks are in the description box. Yeah, if you haven't even met in person, that might be surprising. So just try to find why. Like ask him straight up, what is why? Why do you want to marry me? And how would it affect us both? And if they struggle and they're not honest about that, then they're probably trying to deceive you. Okay, will your ex contact me soon or in July? Okay, you can choose 1 through 7, and I will ask that question for you. Yeah, catfishing is real. Like emotional manipulation through technology has, like, I think happened since the earliest forms of technology. I read in a book once, a long time ago, how people would contact other people over telegraph, and say, uh, I heard about you from my friend, and I would love to see you and meet you. We should meet at this place, and then they would meet at that place, and their horse and buggy would get taken at at gunpoint. So that's a good that's a good idea, and trust yourself too. If you don't think it's right, if you smell something fishy, then it's probably fish. Okay, so will your ex contact you sooner in July? You can tell me when to stop, or I will stop when the fairies tell me to. Yeah, I think there was probably catfishing when people were sending like pigeon and raven messages too back in the Middle Ages. Oh, I don't I don't think your judgment is bad at all, but we'll have the fairies decide. Because you got pretty good judgment to end up on my video. Hello, Seashell Case. You will be up next. Okay, so Sergio, um, they will make contact with you in July, probably around 4th of July, around a time of ceremony, of celebration, of joy. But it's going when they do contact you, they're going to have a different sense of heat, a different level of like they might confront you or call you out on something that's not true. They may not speak to you as pleasantly as they have in the past. And they might not be as caring and kind. They might be cold and unemotional to you. You'll probably see them at some public gathering, family gathering, during 4th of July or uh, during like the July season of celebration of joy. So I do see them contacting you again, but when they do, they're going to not be the most positive and loving person that they might have been in the past. Know that they're a different person and they might have more defenses and negativity. Oh yeah, arguments and confrontation. That's what's going to happen. Like that's what it is right here. These two cards is confrontation and miscommunication. So it's probably going to happen during summertime, during celebrations, during some form of gathering or just group ceremony of any kind. Those usually like happening in July. So I hope that answers for you. A seashell case, you can choose 1 through 7 if you got a question in particular or just an energy forecast. Updating the list here. Okay, I added you to the list. Okay, deck number 4, energy forecast. Okay, you can tell me when to stop, or I will stop when the fairies tell me to. Okay. So right now in your life, you are definitely heading in the right direction, but it doesn't appear like you are. You are moving correctly. Everything is working correctly, but it doesn't appear that way. It feels like you are going through a lot of death, a lot of negativities happening around you. But know that the death has to come and swing the scythe to get rid of the dead plants, to get rid of the things taking up space for new life and old ancient beauty to prosper and grow. Know that death opens opportunity for new things. So continue your studies, continue to research and to understand the things that are passionate towards you, and share that with others. Record yourself, write, find some way to use what you have learned to help educate others. By doing so, will bring a lot of joy, positivity into your life. Just know that what appears like death and what appears to be a negative thing is not. You are heading in the right direction. Just know that you may not be able to see the shore just yet through the dark fog, but you are going through the right direction. Trust yourself and your intuition, and beautiful things will continue to happen. Thank you very much. I appreciate all the returning and new questions. So, Mara, if you are here, or Adriana, you can choose 1 through 7 are the decks I'm using. If you have a question in particular, or just would like an energy forecast. Adriana, if you are here, you might be my last one. I'll do 1 or 2 more, depends on the time. The 7 decks are listed in the description, or you can just choose a number 1 through 7. If you have a question, I can go through. Yes, I can. So I'll go number 2. And do you have a question, or would you just like an energy forecast? So I'll shuffle to get your energies in here. And when you tell me your question, I'll stop shuffling to answer. Okay, energy forecast. Ooh, so right now there's a lot of birth energies, a lot of earth energies happening right now. This is Mother Earth, the earth goddess. So know that when we're grounded and we're connected to the planet and we're connected to ourselves, we begin to prosper and then grow. The seeds are planted and they continue to just magnify. So trust your sensations of dance, the goddess of music, dance, and creativity. Know that through meditation, through understanding yourself and who you are and what you can create, you will inspire others to create, others to feel, and others to enjoy. And feel this energy inside yourself. Know that you are strong enough to make it through the darkness times. You are powerful and accurate. Shoot for what you want, aim, and know that you will hit it every time, because you are a master of creation and a master of your life. Don't give your power to others because you are so powerful. Know that you are powerful enough to use that power for the right reasons. That's your energy forecast. Thank you. Yes, Gloria. Thank you. Okay. Deck number 3 again, I assume. And would like to know if your mother has any messages for you. Well, first off, the cards are not going to say it, but it's love. I feel an overwhelming sense of love, and it's coming really strong when I'm visualizing your mother. It's unconditional love, the purest type of like Mother Earth love. The the Earth loves us because she loves herself, and we are an aspect of herself. But she also loves us because we're not her at the same time. And it's this like paradoxical type of love that's like probably one of the most beautiful non-romantic loves out there. Okay, you will be my last for this video, so thank you for staying. Whew. So know that the angels are always with you, and your mother wants you to know that judgment is not a negative thing. Deciding if something's right or wrong, correct or insidious, is not a negative thing, and know that that can change. But just speak and trumpet your intention of love, of kindness, of flight, and know that the angels will back you up the entire time. You have a whole host of energies all around you. Just connect to the unity of everything, of every animal, every thought, and every plant that exists is a part of you, is part of this beautiful planet. And know that no matter how far away, the love of your mothers, your grandmother, and of your infinite ancestors live in you and will help you through life. Just know that sometimes you have to see things from a different perspective. You might have to completely upset the way you have done things to find a new vantage point. The old saying is, you have to walk a mile in others' shoes to fill their calluses. And when you do, you can better understand that person and understand yourself by seeing how others think and feel totally different from you, even if you completely disagree with them. By just seeing from that will give you awakening, will give you knowledge to the connection, the unity of all things, that everything is one and the one is everything. And that beauty will attract health, wealth, and well-being into your life. That's it. So know that, to sum it up from your mother, you have angels protecting you from above. You have the whole planet and every aspect of this planet protecting you from the outward. And then you have the hanged man, the new perspective, helping you from below, allowing you to see things from a different viewpoint, below, above, and outside. So much love and gratitude. Continue to heal and continue to be for all who found this video.